Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video I'll be playing a solo campaign through the path to Carcosa. As you can see, I'll be playing on Tabletop Simulator, and I've gone ahead and already set up the scenario. So as you can see here, we have the agenda deck here, the act deck, the encounter deck, the set aside cards, along with the scenario reference card and the chaos bag. Moving further down the screen here, you can see that I've chosen to play as Jenny through this solo campaign. We start in the theater, but we also have the other starting locations along with some connection markers here. So we have the balcony, the lobby, and the backstage. Alrighty. So, moving into the investigator play area here, you can see that we have some shortcuts. We have tokens to represent our actions for the turn. We have our threat area here. We have a shortcut for the encounter deck, and a shortcut for the chaos bag. We have our play area here, which includes asset slots, as well as a couple of blank slots here for talents and composures and things of that nature. We have our clue pool. We have our starting resources here at 5, and we have our damage and horror values here. We have our discard pile here, and then this represents the phases of the game, along with extra token reserves here. Before we start into the game, I will quickly show you the deck, and if you're interested in seeing the deck for yourself, I'll go ahead and post the ArkhamDB deck list in the description of this video. I'm not going to go too much into detail about the choices that I made when designing the deck, but I will say that Dr. Milan Christopher plus Money Talks is a pretty sweet combination. So Stubborn Detective is going to be our random basic weakness for this campaign, and that is going to be rather obnoxious. I didn't really intend to pack a bunch of weapons, so I really only have the Derringer and Jenny's twin 45s. So the Stubborn Detective is going to be really annoying if we have to deal with that. We do have 2 copies of Elusive as well to deal with enemies. But other than that, we are admittedly short on enemy management until we gain some experience. Yeah, other than that, we have Milan Christopher and we have Leo. So it's really just a matter of getting either of them on the board first, and then hoping to amass a pile of resources that we can leverage with cards like Well Connected and Cunning. So yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and start the game up here. We'll draw our opening hand. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so Flashlight's a pretty good opening card. Lucky Cigarette Case is okay. Money Talks is not good, so let's get rid of that. Cunning is okay, but not great. I'll get rid of that too, I guess. And then we'll probably want this. And I'm going to try Lucky Cigarette Case. So let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. Okay, Well Connected's not bad. Fine Clothes is obviously not for this scenario, but we'll deal with it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and shuffle this up. And let's use our first action to play Well Connected. Spending 2 resources. Use our second action here to play Flashlight. Oops. We will put 3 resources on Flashlight here. Normally the mod does this for you, but I've been doing a couple try-throughs of the scenario beforehand, so that's probably why it's not doing it now. Alright, so with our last action, let's go ahead and let's play this Fine Clothes, I guess. We could draw a card. Yeah, I think drawing a card's probably a better action here. So let's use our last action to draw a card. We draw a Cunning. Okay, not great. Alright, so, enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep phase, let's go ahead and gain 2 resources and draw a card. Draw a Derringer, okay, that's useful. Mythos phase here, we will add a Doom to the agenda. Oops, add a Doom. Let's draw our encounter card. We draw a Fanatic. I believe it spawns at a revealed location. Yes. So this will spawn into our threat area, unfortunately. Alright, well that's kind of annoying. Alright, so first action here. I really just kind of want to evade it. We could commit this unexpected courage. Commit this fine close. Let's go ahead and commit this unexpected courage. That's going to be 3 versus our 5. So 5 versus 3. Chaos Bag says skull, so that's a -1, so we succeed. Alright, so we evade this guy as our first action. There. Second action, let's go ahead and move. Let's move backstage here. So that'll spawn with a clue. And then we put 2 of the set-aside backstage doorways locations into play. So let's put that one and this one. Let's go ahead and move these over. So we'll put one there, and then we'll put the other one here, I guess. Okay. Alright, so that was our second action. And then with our last action, we can... I kind of want to play this Derringer. I'm going to play this Derringer with our last action. So we'll spend 3 resources, and then we will go ahead and put 3 ammo tokens here. Okay. So that's our turn. Upkeep phase, we'll gain 2 resources. We will draw a card. Draw another cunning. Okay. And moving to Mythos phase, we will add a Doom. Draw a card. Draw the... Oh my goodness. Draw the Spires of Carcosa here. So we put 2 Doom on the location, and then we can investigate to remove the Doom instead of discovering clues. Gross. Okay. Well, so let's first actually investigate here. It's going to be 1 versus 3. Yep, 1 versus 3. Chaos Bag says +1. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a clue here. Alright. Investigate if you succeed instead of, yeah. We could... play Lucky Cigarette Case. We could try to investigate again with the flashlight. Would buy us a turn. Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's use our second action. Let's play the cigarette case, I guess. And then we'll use one last action to investigate. That's going to be 1 versus 3. Chaos Bag says skull, which is a -1. Nice. We will remove that. Buys us a turn. Yeah, enemy phase. Nothing happens. Upkeep phase. Need 2 resources, draw a card. We'll draw an elusive. It's pretty decent. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and add a Doom to the agenda. We're at 3 now. 4 out of 6, excuse me. And we will draw our encounter card. We draw a Black Star's Rise. Test intellect 4. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's pitch one of these. It's going to be 4 versus 4. Yeah. We'll test 4 versus 4. Chaos Bag says -4. Alright, well, let's go ahead and put a Doom on here. Fortunately, that kind of sucks. Alright. I'll discard that. Alright, so first action, we can let's investigate and get rid of that Doom. So we'll investigate 1 versus 3. Chaos Bag says -1. Okay. So that's helpful. So we'll get rid of that Doom. So that buys us another turn. And I believe this goes away. There are no... Yeah, so this gets discarded. Okay. So that was our first action. Second action, we can move. Yeah, let's go ahead and move into this backstage area here. Blow this up a little bit. There we go. Alright, and we'll flip this over. The trap room. So forced. After you reveal the trap room, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a swarm of rats and put it into play engaged with you. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and search the encounter deck here. Grab one of these and engage it with us. Okay. So, first action was to investigate, then we moved, so we have 1 action left. Alright, yeah. I guess we'll just go ahead and fight here. Yeah, we'll fight 1 versus 3. Chaos Bag says skull, so we succeed. We'll discard that. And then that's our turn. Alrighty. So we will move to enemy phase. Nothing happens. Let's see. Upkeep phase. We will gain 2 resources and draw a card. Draw a Lone Wolf, that's pretty good. Alrighty. Mythos phase. Go up to 5 Doom here. And then we will draw our encounter card. We draw another Fanatic. Unfortunately, this one does spawn on our location. And then we will have to take this and put it there. Alright. So, fortunately, we have this Derringer, so we can do something about that. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's fire off the Derringer. We'll do that. Yeah. That's going to be 5 versus 3. And Chaos Bag is going to say -3, unfortunately. So we do not pass at all. That is brutal. Let's go ahead and spend our second action here. Let's fight again. It's going to be 5 versus 3 again. Chaos Bag says -4. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Well, we need this Derringer ammo, so we really can't afford to do anything with it. Yeah, that really stinks. I don't really want to play elusive either. I really just want to kill this guy. Man, that really stinks. If we wait till next... yeah, we should wait till next turn at least so we can have another boost. If we're gonna do that. Let's evade, I guess. 3 versus 3. Chaos Bag says -3. Of course it does. Alright, so enemy phase. It's guy's gonna hit us for a damage. Upkeep. We will gain 2 resources and draw a card. Draw another well-connected. And then the agenda deck here advances. Which I believe just spawns. Oops. Spawns the emissary. Yep. Which spawns the emissary. Excuse me. We'll spawn this guy in the theater. Yep. So this guy spawns in the theater. And then, yep. Flip that back over. That goes there. Oops. Sorry about that. Alright. So that happens. We draw our encounter card for the turn. Gross. Yeah. Let's just test. 3 versus 3. Chaos Bike says Elder Sign. Nice. We pass. Wish I'd drawn that earlier. Alright, so moving on with our turn here, let's go ahead and fire off our last shot of this Derringer. It's going to be 5. Let's go ahead and 6. 6 versus 3 here. Chaos Bag says -1, finally. Alright, so we get this clue. This guy dies. Yeah, because that was 5 versus 3. So we got exactly what we needed there. Alright, finally. And now this Derringer's pretty much useless. So is this flashlight, to be fair. Alright, so now we need to draw some 45s. So let's go ahead and we'll spend our second action here. We'll play a Lone Wolf. And we'll also exhaust this and draw a card. Because we succeeded by 2 or more. Okay. It's gonna move next turn anyway. Let's spend 3 resources as our last action, and let's play a Derringer. Discarding this Derringer. Okay. So that's going to be our last action for the turn there. Yeah, so we played 2 assets, and then did that. Okay, so enemy phase. This guy's going to move. We're going to gain 2 resources and draw a card. Okay, that's annoying. So that's going to spawn in the balcony here, unfortunately. Oops. Let's go ahead and put that over there. Okay. Okay, so that happened. Mythos phase. Let's put a Doom here. Let's draw our encounter card. And draw a Twisted to his will. There's no Doom, otherwise test willpower X, where X is the amount of Doom, which is 1 currently. And if we fail, discard 2 cards. Okay, so 1 versus 3 here. So that's not too bad. Chaos Bag says -1. Alright, so we pass. So that's not terrible. Alright. So we have 3 actions here. Let's ready our stuff here. Jeez. That there. Ready this here. Let's go ahead and move. Oops. Let's go ahead and move here. Have the emissary engage us. And we will... Oh, we forgot to gain a resource. That's actually very important because of this. Let's go ahead and fight. Do we want to fight or do we want to evade this time? we could alternatively... Nah, I think we should evade. If we evade, we can commit this, and that's 2 icons, and that'd be 5 versus 2. I like the idea of that. So let's go ahead and evade this guy for now. 5 versus 2 here. Chaos Bag says 0. Okay, so we evade him for now. Tapped. There we go. So that was our second action. So we have 1 action left. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, the other guy makes it difficult. I think we should anyway. Yeah, we kind of have to. Let's go ahead and move. Let's move here. Let's have this guy engage us. It's whatever. Enemy phase. This guy will straighten. We'll get hit for a damage, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And then upkeep. We will gain 2 resources and draw a card. Draw Quick Thinking. It's not terrible. Let's go ahead and add a Doom to the agenda here. And then let's draw our encounter card. We draw a Dissonant Voices. So we cannot play events or assets this turn. Okay, so moving into investigation phase. We could shoot the guy. That's not really worth our ammo, though. Can't play this turn. We can't play anything in our hand this turn except for this. We could evade. Let's first gain our resource from this. Let's go ahead and just shoot this guy. I'm just gonna get rid of him because I think it's just gonna save us actions in the long run. So let's go ahead. Let's shoot this guy. Oops. Yeah. We'll shoot him. And let's go ahead and commit this too for an extra 1. So that's going to be for 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 3. Chaos Spike says Skull, which is a -1. So that's a 5 versus 3. So we succeed by +2. So we kill him. We get to draw a card. We draw a Leo. It's not terrible. And that was our first action. So our second action, let's go ahead and move. We're going to move into the lobby here. It's going to spawn with a clue, and when it comes into play, we spawn 2 of the set-aside lobby doorway locations into play. I'm going to pick... I'll pick this one here. Put that one there. And then let's go ahead and put this one here. Alright, so that was my second action. And then remaining action, can't really investigate, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and move up into the balcony. And then that's also going to spawn with a clue, I believe. Yes. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put a clue here. Alright, so enemy phase. Moves. Upkeep. We will gain 2 resources. We will draw a card. Oops. We will draw a card here. Draw Dr. Mylan Christopher. That's a good draw. Let's go ahead and discard some voices here. Let's go ahead and add a Doom. Draw an encounter. We'll draw a Swarm of Rats. It's annoying. Alright, let's go ahead and ready all this stuff here. gain a resource. And let's go ahead and just let's fight 1v3 here. Chaos Spike says -2. We discard him. So that was our first action for the turn. Second action, let's go ahead and I want to play Mylan Christopher. I think so. Let's go ahead and play Dr. Mylan Christopher. And their last action, let's go ahead and investigate. Yeah, we're going to investigate here. 2 versus 4. And I'm actually going to commit this. So it's going to be 2 versus 5. And 6. 2 versus 6 here. I could do 2 versus 7 and move. But no, let's just do 2 versus 6. Yeah. Alright, so yep, 2 versus 6. Oh no, sorry, 2 versus 5 here. Chaos Spike says -1. So we succeed, we get a clue, we gain a resource. So we're gonna get a clue here, we're gonna gain a resource. And then we are going to advance. So let's go ahead and advance here. So we choose one of the following locations at random, and then we spawn it. Spawn the set-aside guy. Let's... I'm just going to go ahead and spawn a die real quick. Doesn't matter. Let's do a D6, I guess. Okay. And then I already have this set aside location or act version 2. So boop, and then let's go ahead and take this and this, and let's go ahead and roll that. So let's make this one evens and this one will make odds. So odds, evens. Odds, evens? Alright, so he's gonna spawn here in the lobby doorway. And this is gonna get put aside. Put that over there for now. And we will go ahead and spawn these guys down here. Okay. Alright, so with all that being said, that was our turn, I believe, because we moved, investigated, and did something. Oh, and attacked. Yep. So, yep. So that's our turn. So enemy phase, this guy will move here. I don't believe the man in the Pallid mask moves. He does not. Alright, so upkeep phase, we will gain 2 resources. We will draw a card. Oops, not the entire deck here. We'll draw a card. Draw another flashlight, that's useful. Ready this here. We'll add a Doom, entering the Mythos phase. We have a couple turns left. Alright, so refresh our actions, and we'll draw on a counter card. We draw Dread. We cannot move more than once each turn until we get rid of this thing. We could try to get rid of this, and then that's not terrible. It's double action, I know that's annoying, but we could alternatively take the trauma. We can't afford to let this advance, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to do something about that. And we could... Well, that's not true. I guess we could play Flashlight. Let's gain a resource first. Let's do that. We could just try to investigate 2 versus 5, alternatively. Other double actions. Try to use like a quick thinking the following turn. It's not a bad idea. We take 2 damage. If we let the thing attack us, that's not terrible. I'm pretty okay with that. So let's go ahead. Because we can't really fight it this turn anyway. If we do that, we get a free move with elusive, essentially. Yeah, I like that play. So let's go ahead and let's spend 2 resources. Let's play a flashlight. Oops, let's discard this flashlight first. Alright, so we have flashlight here. That's our first action. Oops. That's our first action. And then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to investigate. Committing this. That's going to be 2 versus 5. 1, 2, 5. Yep. 2 versus 5. For searching for Izzy here. Chaos Bag says 0. Alright, so we succeed. We get rid of this. So we don't take a trauma, at least. At least an additional trauma. Okay. So, enemy phase. This guy will move, engage, and hit us. We'll take 2 damage. Fortunately. Upkeep. We will gain 2 resources. We'll ready this. We will draw a card. Logical reasoning. That's pretty good. Alright. And then we will add a doom here. Jeez. And then let's go ahead and do this. There's 5 doom in play currently, so we test willpower 5. It'd have to be at random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty okay with discarding the cards in my hand. I'm just gonna go ahead and test this, I guess. I mean, if I'm gonna test, I might as well just discard. Nah. I'll test 3 versus 5 here. Or 5 versus 3. Chaos makes this -2, so I fail, so I have to discard 2 cards at random. Okay. So let's go back to this die up here. 1, 2, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1. Okay, so we'd have to discard this. We discard that, and then we have to discard another card. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and re-roll on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. So we discard those. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and play elusive. We'll spend 2 resources. We'll gain 1 off the lone wolf. So we'll disengage from this guy. And we will move to the lobby here. So, this card, I just want to read it real quick. You cannot move more than once each turn. Does that mean I can't take a move action? Or that I can't move from any card effect? Because if that's the case, I'd probably bone to myself. If it's not, I'd like to go here and try to test. So I'm gonna play like it's not. I'm gonna assume it's a move action. So I'm just gonna move. Go ahead and flip this over. It's the green room, so you can investigate and get a +3, and then after you pass. So that's actually the worst room to find him in. unfortunately, yeah, so we do have, let's see, we moved, we played, Elusive, which was fast, so that was 1, and we have 2 actions left. Jeez, of course he has to spawn in that room. Well, so we get 2 here, so that'll be 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that'd be 8. Alternatively, we wait next turn, it's still 8, but we have a potential to draw another card. Jeez. I think we just die. Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, I might as well go for it, right? Let's go for it. Let's commit this. Commit this. So it's 2. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Investigate. Yep. 7 versus 8 here. Yep. 7 versus 8 Chaos Bag says Skull. Woo! Wow. I actually passed. I actually passed. That was crazy. Okay. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I still die here, but he gets defeated. That's pretty nuts. So, yeah. Yeah. Doop, and then doop. And then instead of discarding him, move him to the lobby. Into the lobby. And then add 2 tablets to the Chaos Bag. Place 1 horror on the location with the man in the Pallid mask. The location he was moved from. And then until the end of the scenario, locations with horror on them represent ooze. And if you leave the location, you have to test agility 4, and if you fail, you take a damage to horror. But it does not really matter, because we're dead anyway. We're gonna take 100 horror here. So yeah, that's the game, unfortunately. I mean, if you want to see what I would have drawn, we would have gained 2 resources and drawn this. I don't think that works. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, because you can't prevent it. You can't ignore it or cancel it. I would assume you can't do that. I would assume you can't use deny existence on this. I'm going to assume that, because it says it can't be prevented, but this says ignore? I don't know. I would assume you can't. I mean, even either way, right? Because, let's see. I mean, this guy would move. He'd move into the lobby. And then I'd still have to... I'd have to move, evade. Or I'd have to move and... Yeah. I'd have to move and investigate. And then resign. That'd have to be my line. Yeah, like, even if that was the case. Like, move, investigate, and do that. So, yeah. Alright. So, Jenny is going to take a trauma, unfortunately. But she is going to gain 2 experience. Which is still not enough for Streetwise, unfortunately. The scenario tends to be very difficult in solo, so I was at least pleased to pass that investigate check against the man in the Pallid mask. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.